Please welcome the next president of the United States, President Donald J. Trump.
Thank you very much. Wow. That is really something. This was a little sooner than we anticipated. It was an even bigger win than we anticipated. And I was just informed that we got double the number of votes that has ever been received in the great state of South Carolina. So that's pretty good. So it's a record times two, and there's something going on in the country. Some really great things are going on. But now there's a spirit that I have never seen. We ran two great races, but there's never been a spirit like this. And I just want to say that I have never seen the Republican Party so unified as it is right now. Never been like this. And a big part of that is the people standing behind me. These are the biggest officials in South Carolina, but I say like the biggest officials in our country as far as I'm concerned. They're state figures, but they're national figures, and in the truest sense of the word, they love our country so much, and they want to see our country succeed and be respected again. Right now, we're a laughingstock all over the world. Our country is going to be respected again, respected like never before. So this is a fantastic evening. It's an early evening and a fantastic. So you can all go down and you can celebrate for about 15 minutes, and we have to get back to work because the big date, you know, Michigan's coming up. We're doing great. The auto workers are going to be with us 100%. Because they got sold out by this country. But Michigan's up, and we're going to have a tremendous success there. And then we have a thing called Super Tuesday, and I think we're leading 91-7 overall. And we're going to be up here on November 5th, and we're going to look at Joe Biden, and we're going to look him right in the eye. He's destroying our country, and we're going to say, Joe, you're fired. Get out. Get out, Joe. You're fired.
Nikki Haley has lost the South Carolina Republican presidential primary, but she says she's not going anywhere. Haley is the former governor of South Carolina, as well as UN ambassador during the Trump administration. She hasn't won any Republican contests yet thus far. But Haley says that even though she's now lost her home state, she plans to stay in the campaign through Super Tuesday. That means that she will be crisscrossing the country over the next week, going to more than half a dozen states that will cast their votes as part of those contests. Haley's loss means that former President Donald Trump has notched yet another win in the GOP nominating battle. For Trump and Haley, this campaign coming down to Haley's home state of South Carolina really became a grudge match in its closing weeks. Haley went up with a lot of advertising dollars on South Carolina airwaves. She held tons of events across the state. But Trump really focused on having just a few major rallies, only a couple of times in the campaign's closing weeks.
Thank you very much. God bless you all. Have a great night. Thank you.
The great silent majority is rising like never before and under our leadership.
AP Votecast has the details on how Donald Trump won South Carolina's Republican primary. Voters on Saturday in South Carolina said that Trump can win in November, will keep the country safe, and has the mental capability to be president. Trump won with the same kind of coalition that delivered victories for him in Iowa and New Hampshire. These were white voters who tended to be older and who did not have a college degree. The tough news for Nikki Haley is that her voters were almost overwhelmingly people who said Democrat Joe Biden legitimately won in 2020. The problem is less than a third of Republican voters in South Carolina felt that way. In other words, the majority of South Carolina voters do not think that Joe Biden was legitimately elected president. Still, in a possible 2024 rematch between Biden and Trump, we see some Trump weaknesses. About 4 in 10 Republican voters said that Trump would be too extreme, possibly, to win in November.
The Associated Press can now declare that former President Donald Trump will win the South Carolina Republican primary over former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley. This is a case that we're making this a call at poll close based on the results of our AP Votecast survey, which showed an insurmountable lead for Mr. Trump. He was winning across all age groups, winning every region of the state, winning in the early vote, and also winning in the election day vote. There were among the only bright spots for Haley in this race were that she was winning among the small amount of Democrats who were voting in the Republican primary and people with postgraduate degrees. This was a call that we made at poll close, not only based on AP Votecast, but taking into account the entirety of the data points in the race, which showed that it confirmed pre-election polling and that Mr. Trump has won every other primary contest by wide margins.
What I meant was South Carolina. We're going to be voting, we're going to be campaigning all day today, and then we're going to keep going all the way through Super Tuesday. That's as far as I've thought in terms of going forward. We've placed ad buys, we've gone and put out the public schedule of where we're going to be, and so we're going to keep on going.
And what is your strategy to win those Super Tuesday states?
It's going and giving people an option.